to see you. Let's just very quickly get your reaction to that news this evening, that it's going to be, well, a 2-match ban for Jarell Quansah when, as Rob explained there, Balogun got his ban suspended for a year. It doesn't exactly seem fair, does it?
No, it doesn't. I think it probably shows you the power of Donald Trump, and it shows you as well. Keir Starmer, what I heard was he asked to make it a 1-game ban, but when he spoke to him, they ended up making it a 2-1. So that was a joke, by the way. But it's not an ideal situation because, you know what, Matt, we could do with him. It wasn't a great tackle. I think once everybody had seen the tackle at first time, it looked like he'd sort of got the ball. And then when you saw it again, he definitely goes over the top. But a 1 game would have sufficed in a World Cup. To make it 2 feels completely unfair. And it's been a right back has been a major problem for us in this World Cup. Obviously, we've lost Reece James as well in that situation. So what will he do this weekend? Maybe Quansah can play right back. That might be an option as well. Jed Spence possibly, although it hasn't had the best World Cup so far. So a bit of a dilemma for the manager, but one he's going to have to figure out very quickly.
He is. I mean, maybe a dilemma of his own making, Jamie, because a lot of people were surprised that he didn't take Trent Alexander-Arnold. Of course, a bit of an icon of Liverpool like yourself. Stuck, in Madrid watching from afar.
Yeah, it looks like a mistake, especially when Livramento picked up that injury. There was an ideal opportunity to bring Trent in, but for whatever reason, the manager made the decision not to. And it almost feels like, I've had my say on this, a lot of people have. There's nothing we can do now. You can't cry over the spilt milk. We now have to look at, OK, we've managed to do so well so far. We're in a great position. I think the positivity around that dressing room after the Mexico game, where everybody, I think, started to doubt. Everyone was talking about the altitude, how difficult a game this is going to be. But the way that we managed that, and I think it almost felt, I know we started well against Croatia with that second half of performance. It felt like now we're in the competition. This was a big moment for us. And sometimes it always feels like with England sides, maybe there's a bit of trepidation. We don't perhaps start as well as what we should do. Then we get that moment. And let's hope now that this Mexico game was the moment, then we can really start to have a go. We've got 2 certainly world-class players that are in the top of their game in Jude Bellingham and obviously Harry Kane. So that gives me real hope. And if you looked at this competition as a whole, the big names have come to the party. All the best players, the likes of Haaland and Messi and Mbappe have been magnificent. So we're very fortunate. We've got 2, and they've been really, really electric.
Do you think, Jamie, Norway will be more concerned with England than England are with Norway?
I think they'll both give each other the respect they deserve. I prefer us when we're maybe almost the slight underdogs, a little bit like the Mexico game, and then we can really start to play. But Norway will probably sit back to a certain extent. They've obviously got a lot of Premier League players that we're so used to seeing, the likes of Sandberg. Everyone knows, obviously, Haaland as well. Ayer, that had a really good season at Brentford. He's been immense in this competition. Berg in midfield. So I think it's almost that familiarity. It's not going to be easy. This is a very tough game. They're a formidable side, very good at set pieces. And when any side has the likes of Haaland and you think you're comfortable, look like in the Brazil game, they looked like they were pretty much containing him, and all of a sudden, bang, 2 goals, and then you're in trouble and you're out the competition. And that's why we have to be so aware what he can do. If it's Gueye, Quansah, John Stones, whoever it is, you've got to make sure you defend him well. But I would also say there's a real emphasis on the fullback stopping the crosses, because you have to stop the supply line to him. Yeah. Because if he gets the right delivery, and like the header when he gets above Gabriel, it's so difficult to stop. So get out, stop crosses. I think that'll be something the manager will be certainly looking at. Let's make sure we don't give him too much space, because, as I say, he's such a danger man. Well, everyone knows. You don't need me to say that.
I think the thing is, as you say, everybody knows, who certainly watches the Premier League, there will be a real Premier League flavour to this because of all the reasons you've mentioned. Those players, not least Haaland, who's one of the biggest stars in the Premier League playing in this. But the fact that a lot of them are on the same side, in the same squad, you do have to think Gueye and Stones have been training, well, in Gueye's case, half the season, Stones the whole season at Man City with Haaland. If anybody knows how to stop him, surely it's them.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done, Matt, isn't it? We know the guy is just... he is, I mean, and I think in this World Cup, and I'm such a fan of him on and off the pitch, he almost transcends the sport. He's so good for the game. He's got such great energy, wants to do well. He has a bit of fun. You see him smiling. Obviously, the Norway side with the drum after the game and the Viking spirit that they're bringing to it, and everybody's buying into the rowing. They've been a real revelation in this competition. I think the likes of France and England, we all expected that. They have been the sort of the unsung heroes of this competition, and they won't want to go home now. They've come this far. They'll know they can cause England problems. Now, yes, I think we are favourites, and I'm sure we're going to go through, but it will not be easy. We need to make sure that everyone is going to do their jobs. I think Jude Bellingham, obviously, you know, going back to my year, I remember Italia 90 and seeing Paul Gascoigne just do things that I didn't see. All he wanted to do was make me want to be a footballer. And now I'm seeing what Jude's doing in midfield. And it's probably the best I've seen any English midfield player do since Gazza in Italia 90. Yeah. He's been that good. 4 goals. He's been running games. He's been aggressive. And to think that we weren't even going to take him before the competition started, he has been immense. And I think him in midfield gives us such an energy and a power. And that battle against Sander Berge is going to be a real key one. And we've got to make sure that if we can dominate in that area, I think we've got a great chance of going through.
You know, if watching those players made you want to be a footballer, doing this with you right now makes me want to be Dave Jones. Don't tell him I said that, by the way. Jamie, really great to chat to you. I'll tell him.
We'll ring him after.
Yeah, ring him up.
Listen, enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game on Saturday night, 10 o'clock. I know you're going to watch it with your boys, and I think it's going to be a belter again, isn't it? Jamie, great to see you. Thank you.
For sure.